Hello, what's up mga kamat learner? Isang magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ako pa rin ang inyong abot kamay na math teacher at edu creator sa mathematics, si Sir Ash. And today ay magkakaroon tayo ng panghuling discussion sa ating reviewer series in preparation for the second quarter examination para sa ating mga minamahal na grade 10 students. Alright, so mga grade 10 students dyan, makinig kayo at mag-aral at panoorin ito. Tune in, do not tune out. Okay? Kasi para sa inyo ito. So wag na natin patagalin pa at wag na tayong magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Let's do this. Alright, question number 1. Which of the following is not a polynomial function? Is it A, y is equal to 3 square root of x plus 7? B, g of x is equal to 9 minus x over 2? C, f of x is equal to x cubed minus 9x minus 7? Or letter D, p of x is equal to square root of 5 minus x squared. I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, math learners, paano nga ba natin malalaman kapag ang isang equation ay hindi polynomial function? Madali lang ito, my dear math learners. Bakit? Kasi ang una mong titingnan is dapat ito ay hindi naka-violate sa apat na condition. Okay, so kapag ito natamaan niya ang isa sa mga condition na ito, ibig sabihin hindi na polynomial ang iyong equation. Okay, ano nga ba itong apat? Number 1, kapag ang variable mo ay nasa loob ng square root symbol. Okay. Number 2, kapag ang iyong variable ay merong exponent na negative. Okay. Number 3, kapag ang inyong variable ay merong exponent na fraction or rational exponent. And panghuli, kapag ang inyong variable ay nasa denominator side. So therefore, kapag may tumama dyan sa apat na yan, hindi na yan polynomial function. So titingnan natin dito kung meron bang nakatama doon. Alright. So letter A, ayun, meron na tayong sagot agad kasi itong variable natin ay nasa loob ng square root symbol. So therefore, it is not a polynomial function. Ayan. Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. So as you can see dito, the variable is in the numerator. So pasok, pwede pa. Ito naman, whole number siya or whole, hindi siya sa denominator side. And then, ito naman letter D, though meron tayong square root, pero yung variable niya ay nasa labas ng square root. Okay, so pasok pa rin as a polynomial function. I hope that is very clear to you, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 2. Given the function f of x is equal to 36 plus 36x minus 13x squared minus 13x cubed plus x to the 4th plus x to the 5th. Ayun ang okay. Question is, what is the degree of the given polynomial function? Is it A, 1, B, 5, C, 13, or letter D, 36? 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, math learners, napakadali lamang ng tanong na ito. Kapag pinag-uusapan ay degree of a equation or function, ang degree ay yung pinaka-highest or yung pinaka-na-highest pa. Okay. So, ang degree ay yung pinaka-mataas na exponent. Alright. So, ano bang pinaka-mataas na exponent sa given natin? Ayun, to the 5th power. So, therefore, our degree is 5. Ayan. Very easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 3. Given the same function, ito pa rin. What are the zeros of the function? Okay, is it A, 1, 2, and 3? B, 1, positive and negative 2, positive and negative 3? C, negative 1, positive and negative 2, and positive and negative 3? And letter D, positive and negative 1, positive and negative 2, positive and negative 3. Alright, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, math learners, sa katanungan ito, unang-una ay titingnan natin ang ating function. Okay, so as we can see, we already know kanina na this is in the 5th degree, right? So, ibig sabihin, in the 5th degree, we are expecting a maximum value of x na 5 lang kasi 5th degree. Hindi pwedeng dumating sa 6. Tama? Pero pwede siya mas maliit kaysa sa 5 because we could consider to have a multiplicity. Ano ba ito multiplicity? Kapag yung number o yung value ng x ay nagpabalik-balik. Now, in our given choices, meron tayong letter D dito na 6 na. Itong positive and negative 1, dalawa na yon. Same goes to 2 and same goes to 3. So, 6 na lahat. Therefore, this is not the correct answer. Mali na. Okay. So, we only have 1, 2, and 3. So, itong dalawa, mayroong positive 1, and then ito may negative 1. So, hindi kasali si positive. Okay, so, basically, my dear math learners, mas madali itong isolve kung isa-substitute natin. Okay, let's try kasi may dalawang 1 dito. So, possibly, baka sa kanilang dalawa makukuha ang sagot. Kung hindi, di automatic C na yun. Okay, let's try here. Okay, my dear math learners, para mas mapadali natin isolve ito, pwede tayong gumamit ng synthetic division. So, we have, let's say, if this is positive 1, then we put there 1, okay? And then we get the coefficients of our terms. So, magsisimula tayo sa highest. So, we have here the coefficient 1, ito naman 1, ito negative 13. So, we have 1, 1, negative 13. We also have negative 13. We have 36 and positive 36. All right. So, we will now use the synthetic division. Okay. Pasensya na kayo sa aking line. All right. So, remember in the synthetic division, bring down, multiply it to your factor, and then you add. Okay. So, we bring down 1. We multiply it by 1. So, 1 pa rin. So, okay. So, 1 plus 1, that is 2. 2 times 1, that is 2. Alright? Then, negative 13 plus 2, that would be negative 11. Negative 11 times 1, that is still negative 11. Alright? So, if we add them, this will become negative 24. Okay. Times 1 na naman, this will become negative 24. Okay. And then, if we add them, this is positive 12. Positive 12 times 1, that is positive 12. Therefore, the answer for this is 48. Hindi siya 0. So, if that is the case, my dear math learners, hindi factor ang 1 sa given na ito. So, therefore, this 1 is wrong. So, mali na ang 1 natin dito, mali na din ang 1 natin dito. So, therefore, mali ang A at B. Ayan. And we already got the correct answer. That is letter C. Ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. Right? Now, let us go to question number. Given the function, yun pa rin, what is the constant term of the function? Is it A, 1, B, 5, C, 13, or D, 36? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, math learners, para sa katanungan na ito, kapag tinatanong kayo ng constant term ng isang function, very, very easy lang. Bakit? Because what you will do is you will just find the constant term. Ibig sabihin, yun yung number na walang katabing letter. Okay? Or walang katabing variable. Okay. So, variable, 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 variable. Ito ang walang katabing variable. So, therefore, this is the constant term, meaning that is our answer, 36. Alright. Napakadali lang, my dear math learners.
Easy, right?
Okay. Now, let us go to question number 5. A demographer predicts that the population P of a town, T years from now, can be modeled by the function. Ito yung function na yan. 10,000 plus 150t plus 400t squared minus 3t to the 4th plus 5t to the 5th. Okay, what will happen or what will be the population 5 years from now? Is it A, 34,500, B, 32,250, C, 28,720, or letter D, 17,250? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, paano nga ba sagutin ang tanong na ito? Simple lang. Ang gagawin natin is to substitute 5 to the value of our t. So, therefore, this will become 10,000 plus 150 times t plus 400 plus 150 times 5 plus 400 times 5 squared minus 3 times 5 to the 4th plus 5 times 5 to the 5th. Alright. So, in that case, let us try to solve this problem. So, first, let us write 10,000 here. Okay, 10,000. Yeah. Plus 150 times 5 plus 400 times 5 squared. Okay, minus 3 times 5 to the 4th. Okay, plus 5 times 5 to the power of 5. Okay, so in solving this one, of course, let us follow the PEMDAS rule. So, mamuuna muna ang exponent bago mo i-multiply siya. Okay, so therefore, in this case, we will have 10,000 plus 150 times 5. So, 5 times 15, that is 750. Alright. Plus. So, 5 squared is 25. 25 times 400, that would be 100. So, dalawang 0 after 100. Ayan. So, 10,000 na. Minus. So, 5 to the 4th. 5 times 5, 25. 5 times 5 na naman, 25. So, 25 times 25, 625. So, 625 times 3. So, 25 times 3, that is 75. Yung 6 naman sa 6, 25 times 3 na naman, 18. Ayan. So, 1,875. And then, we have here, ano ba to? 5 to the 5th power times 5. So, ano ba yung 5 to the 5th power? So, 625 yung 5 to the 4th, right? Tapos, i-multiply mo na naman ng 25. So, that is 15,625. Okay. So, if that is the case, we have here 15,000 plus 10,000. That would be 25,000 plus 10,000 na naman. So, magiging 35,000. Tapos, may dagdag pa na 750. Okay? So, medyo malaki-laki na. Magiging 36,000 na yon. Tapos, may minus 1,800. So, nasa estimated, nasa 34,000 na tayo dun. Oh, ayun. So, this is our final answer for this problem. Letter A. Ayun, my dear math learners. If you want to really check that one, you can use your calculator at home. Okay, my dear math learners. Okay, let's try. If we are correct, 34,500. Ayun. Alright, sabi kong na nga ba sa inyo, madali lang. That's the power of estimating. Okay, my dear math. Yes, let us go to question number 6. Given the polynomial function, ito iba na. F of x is equal to x cubed minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6. How many possible turning points does the given polynomial function have? Is it A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, or D, 5? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, math learners, para sa katanong ito, napakadali lang. Bakit? Ang gagawin lang natin is to think that the turning point, okay, ang turning point natin is basically the degree minus 1. Okay, that is how you get the maximum turning point of a given function. So, our degree here is 3, tapos turning point minus 1. So, 3 minus 1. So, the answer is 2. Ayun! Napakadali lang, my dear math learner. Okay, I hope you got that one. Now, let us go to question number 7. Given the polynomial function, okay, ito pa rin. How do you describe the behavior of the graph of the function? Okay, is it A, falls to the left and rises to the right? B, rises to the left and falls to the right? C, falls to both left and right? Or D, rises to both left and right? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this problem. Okay, math learners, para sa katanungan ito, napakadali lang kasi merong technique dito. Okay, so pag sinabing falls from the left, the arrow started downward and then going to upward. Okay, ganyan ang ibig sabihin. Ito naman, rises to the left, so ibig sabihin, mag-rise to the left siya, then it falls to the right. So papunta ganyan. Okay, so most likely, gaganon-ganon na yun, pero dito pa rin ang landing pababa. Okay. Ito naman, falls to both left and right. Falls to both left and right. Okay, ganon. And ito, rise to both left and right. Ayan. So, saan dito sa apat na ito ang tamang kasagutan? Of course, ang technique dito is to check your A. Si A yung katabi ng inyong highest degree or the degree. So, this is our degree, right? Degree of 3. So, our A here is the coefficient. So, wala tayong nakikitang number dito, my dear math learners. Ibig sabihin, meron niya siya nakatago na 1. Okay. Now, if that is the case, it means it is positive. Okay. So, kapag positive, itong si letter B at si letter C, mali na yan. Kasi, it means kapag positive siya, it is always increasing. So, it starts from below, then going up. Or, it goes upward lahat. Okay. So, meaning, itong B natin na nagsimula siya sa akyat, then pababa. So, mali na yan. Okay. Ito naman, puro baba. Okay. So, next, paano natin malalaman na either ito siya, itong ang sagot natin, or itong both upward, or itong increasing. Okay. So, again, the first thing is to check for A. If A is positive, it could be like this. Ito, both upward yan siya. Okay. Or it could be like this. Okay, increasing. Now, the next thing we should consider is the degree. Okay. If the degree is even or odd. Ano yung even or odd? Okay. If it is odd, yan. Hindi odd na plus, ha? Okay. When we say odd, yun yung hindi divisible by 2. And if it is even, ito yung divisible by 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Odd 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. So, if it is odd, then it is increasing. If it is even, then the arrows will be both. Okay, pag ganon or pag ganon. Okay, so as we can see here, our 3 here is odd. Okay, so this is increasing. Therefore, the correct answer for our given is this one. Alright, my dear math learners, I hope you get that one.
Easy, right?
Yes, easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 8. Okay, given the polynomial function, okay, ganun pa rin. How do you describe the behavior of the graph relative to the x-axis? Okay. Two of the roots are tangent to the x-axis and other crosses. B, two of the roots cross the x-axis and other is tangent. C, all of the roots are tangent to the x-axis. Or D, all of the roots crosses the x-axis. Okay. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, ang technique dito is very simple lang. Okay? So, first things first, paano natin malalaman na magta-touch lang siya or tangent lang siya to the x-axis or it crosses? Okay. If you can consider this, alright. So, using the synthetic division, we have 1, we have negative 6, okay? We have positive 11 and negative 6, okay? Now, ano ang taga-ano natin? So, let's try if we have negative 6, okay? If it is negative 6, then we have 1. This will become negative 6. If we add them, that will be negative 12. If you multiply them, okay, hindi na pwede si negative 6 kasi medyo malaki na. Okay, so, mali na yun. Now, let's consider what are the factors of negative 6? Let's say 1. Okay, so if it is 1, we have 1. Then we will have 1 here. Then multiply, add them. That will be negative 5. So, negative 5 times 1, that will be negative 5. If you add them, that is 6. So, 6 times 1, that will be 6. So, we have 0. So, 1 is our factor. Okay, so, meron na tayong factor na 1. Okay, so, having this, we have 1, negative 5, and 6. So, that is x squared minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. So, yun na magiging quadratic equation natin kapag finactor out natin yung isang 0 of the function, yung 1. Okay, so, solving for the other two, pwede tayong gumamit ng factoring. So, we have x here, this week. So, as we can see, this is positive 6, right? But negative ang middle natin. So, if that is the case, we will use negative 3 and negative 2. Okay, so negative 3 times negative 2, positive 6 yun. Pag i-add natin sila, negative 5. Okay, so therefore, the value for our x here is positive 3. The value for x here, dito banda, is positive 2. So, our zeros right now are the following. Okay? Nako, ano na pong okay, so we have 1, 3, and 2. So, therefore, we only have 3 values of x given that this is x cubed, right? And our values 1, 3, and 2 ay isang beses lang lumabas. So, if that is the case, then we can say that they are odd numbers or odd times. So, therefore, all of them crosses the x-axis. Okay, let's try if we are correct. Ayun, tama nga tayo, my dear math learners. Okay, easy lang talaga. Right? So, let's check. Ayun, mali nga yung tatlo. Okay, so if you are hesitant or if you are confused about knowing the behavior of the graph in terms or relative to the x-axis, I also have a video in our channel. Just look at the title, Polynomial Functions. Okay, so now let us go to question number 9. What is the maximum turning points of a 9th degree polynomial function? Is it A, 9, B, 8, C, 7, or D, cannot be determined? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, math learners, napakadali lang ng question na ito. Sabi ko nga kanina, para malaman nyo ang maximum turning points, what you will do is you get the degree, you subtract it by 1. Okay, so 9 minus 1, 8. So ito na yun. Ayan, easy lang talaga, right? My dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 10. How do you describe the behavior of the graph of the function g of x is equal to negative x to the 8 minus 1. Okay, so ganun pa rin. Falls to the left and rises to the right. Rises to the left, downward. Ito naman both upward. Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, math learners, paano sagutin ang question na ito? Ganun pa rin. If we are knowing the behavior of the graph, what we will do is we will check the A, the value of A, whether it is positive or negative. And the A is yung coefficient ng ating degree. Our degree here, my dear math learner, is 8. right? So, ang coefficient niya is ito, may nakatagong 1 dito, so negative 1, and that is negative. So, if it is negative, my dear math learners, therefore, increasing and opens upward, wala na, out of the picture na yun. So, increasing, letter A, ayun, mali na ito. Yung rises upward, okay, mali na yan. Okay, so dalawa na lang ang pwede nating pagpilian. Yung both downward at saka yung decreasing. Okay, so, magbo-both downward tayo kapag even, magdi-decreasing tayo kapag it is odd. So, ano yung odd at even na sinasabi ko? Ito yung degree natin. So, if your degree is even, meaning divisible by 2, both. Okay. Kapag hindi naman, decreasing. Okay. So, our degree here is 8. So, therefore, this is divisible by 2. Therefore, our answer is both. Okay. Letter C. Ayan, my dear math learners. Right? Napakadali lang. Alright? I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Kapag nahirapan pa kayo, check on the video in my channel okay, for specific discussion. Alright, now, congratulations my dear math learners. Tapos ka na sa first part ng ating reviewer series. Now, let us go to part 2. Question number 11. What is an angle whose vertex is on the circle or on a circle and whose sides contains the chord of a circle? Is it A, central angle, B, circumscribe angle, C, inscribed angle, or letter D, intercepted angle? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, my dear math learners, napakadali lang ng question na ito. Ganito lang ang mukha niyan. So, if meron kang, let's say, ayan, meron ka daw circle. Ayan, pasensya na kayo sa circle ko. Okay. So, what is an angle? So, gagawa tayo ng angle dito. Whose vertex is on the circle? So, on the circle ang vertex niya. So, let's say ganito. Yan. On the circle. Tapos, whose sides contain the chords of the circle? Contains the chord. Yun. Ayun. So, anong tawag ng angle na yan? Okay. So, napakadali lang. That is very good. That is inscribed angle. Letter C. Ayun, my dear math learner. Easy right? Lang talaga ang question na ito. Okay, I hope you got that one, my dear. Now, let us go to question number 12. If angle JLD is inscribed in a circle, okay, what is its degree measure if the intercepted arc is 98 degrees? Okay, so is it A, 196 degrees, B, 98 degrees, C, 49 degrees, or D, 24.5 degrees. Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, math learners, isa na namang napakadaling question ang binigay sa ating problem. So basically, my dear math learners, sabi dito, the JLD, okay, let's try to make para mas makita ninyo. Ayan, pasensya na sa inscribe angle. Oh, gawa tayo ng inscribe angle dyan. J, L, at D. Ayan, okay. Sabi dito, what is the degree measure? So, tinatanong ito. Kapag ang intercepted arc niya, ito yon intercepted arc. Okay. Kapag ang intercepted arc niya is 98 degrees. Alright. So, of course, my dear math learners, remember the relationship of intercepted arc and the inscribed angle. If the angle is formed on the circle, it means that it is 1/2 of its intercepted arc. So, if that is the case, yung intercepted arc natin given na agad-agad, that is 98 degrees. So, therefore, this will be 1/2 of it. So, ano ba ang kalahati ng 98? Ayun, my dear math learner. That is letter C. Ayan. So, easy right? Lang talaga ang question na ito. Alright, so now let us go to question number 13. Question number 13, use the figure. Ito yon. Okay? So, if the measurement of BAD is equal to 88 degrees, BAD, ayun. What is the measurement of arc BD? Ito. Okay. So, is it A, 44, B, 46, C, 88, or D, 92? 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, math learners, as you can see here, we have a given BAD, and that is what kind of angle? Alright, very good. That is a central angle. So, according to the rule, the central angle is equal to the intercepted arc. So, ang tinatanong dito is BD, right? So, yung intercepted arc. So, if BAD is 88, then, ano ang BD? So, they are just the same. Okay, so the answer is letter C. Ayun, my dear math learners. Napakadali lang ng question na ito. Next question. Okay, question number 4. Yun pa rin ang figure, but ibang given na. BAD is 88. Ayan, pareho pa rin. Pero ang tinatanong ngayon, BCD. Ito na, BCD. Yan. Okay, this is an inscribed angle. Okay. So, is it A, 44, B, 16, C, 88, or D, 92? 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, math learners, napakadali ng question na ito. Given dito, the BAD, central angle, okay? Pero ang tinatanong yung inscribed angle, BCD. Okay. So if that is the case, my dear math learners, if this is the arc that is being shared by the central angle in the inscribed angle, remember the relationship kanina ng central angle is the same as the arc, right? So if BAD is 88, then the arc is also, or the intercepted arc is also 88. So if that is the case, my dear math learners, in order for us to get the inscribed angle is again 1/2 the measurement of its intercepted arc. So, iha-half lang natin ang given. So, 88 divided by 2. So, that is 44. Letter A. Okay, napakadali lang, my dear math learners. Okay, question number 15. Use the figure. Ganun pa rin. Pero iba na ang given. So, measurement of angle CED is 103. CED. Okay, ito yon. CED. Yan, 103 daw ito. What will be the measurement of CBD? Okay. So, ito. So, is it A, 103, B, 77, C, 51.5 degrees, or D, 206 degrees? Okay. I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. Alright, my dear math learners, we will check and try to solve how to solve this one, how to answer this one. So basically, so CED, ito yung binigay. Okay, ito daw yung 103. Yan, 103 daw yan. Yan. Okay. So therefore, itong intercepted arc niya, so times 2 tayo kasi the inscribed angle is half of the intercepted arc. But since our given here is the inscribed angle, so this will be twice as much. So that is 206. Okay. So may choices dito. Pero ang tanong, hindi naman ang intercepted arc. Ang tinatanong dito is the measurement of CBD. CBD. Ito yun. Okay. Ito daw, measurement nito. Okay, so how do you solve for that one, my dear math learners? So this is a circle, right? So if this is 206, therefore, itong natitirang arc dito, ito, in which ito yung intercepted arc ng CBD. Tama? So therefore, 360 minus 206. So that will be 154. So itong arc dito, that will be 154. But since we are talking about the inscribed angle here, so basically, we will divide this by 2. Okay. So therefore, the answer is 77. Half ng 154. Okay, let's try to check whether we are correct. Ayun nga, tama tayo, my dear math learner. Okay. Now, baka magtanong kayo, Sir Ash, meron bang other technique dyan para isolve ito? Meron din. So, let me just show you this, ha? Okay. So, as you can see dito, this one takes this intercepted arc. This one also takes this inscribed angle. Okay, so ibig sabihin, buong circle ang sinishare nila. And remember that inscribed angle are half of their intercepted arcs. So kung buong circle, that is 360, half of it is 180 for the intercepted arcs. So given ka ng, meron ka ng 103 dito, di ba? Okay, so ang gagawin mo lang is, itong 103 na ito, i-minus mo lang sa 180. Okay? So 180 minus 103. So ilan ang kailangan ni 103 para maging 180 degrees? Of course, ito yung sagot. Okay? Yun, ito. Okay. So, tamang-tama talaga, my dear math learners. Easy, at right? Easy lang din. Alright. So now let us go to the next question. Question number 16. Oh, yun pa rin ang given. Use the figure. If arc CB is equal or congruent, if arc CB is congruent to arc CD, CB and CD. Okay, parang hindi naman realistic ito. Okay. What is the measurement of arc CB if arc CD is 46? Ayan. So anyway, kahit walang drawing ito, kung titingnan mo lang ang buong question na ito, makukuha mo na. So anyway, so let's go. Is it A, 44, B, 46, C, 88, or D, 92? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. Okay, my dear math learners, kahit walang drawing, sabi ko nga, pwede nating sagutin ang question na ito. Kasi dito sinabi na ang arc CB at arc CD ay congruent. So ano daw si CB kapag si CD ay 46? Of course, ganun din. Okay. So napakadali lang. So the answer is 46. Ayun. So mali yung tatlo dito. Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 17. Ayan, ibang figure na naman. Use the figure. Which line illustrates a second line? Napakadali nito. Is it A, line CD, B, line AB, C, line segment EF, or D, line segment HI? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. Okay, math learners, para sa katanungan ito, napakadali lang. Ano daw dito sa drawing na ito ang second line? Now, what is a second? Okay. Hindi ito yung segundo. Okay, second yun. Now, when we say second, my dear math learners, second is a line. Okay, so ibig sabihin, when we say line, yung bawat dulo may arrow. Okay, so mali na agad ang C at D. Check na tayo doon. Now, a second line is a line that touches the circle into 2 points. So, dalawang beses niyang tatamaan. Okay. So, as we can see here, merong line dito, meron ding line dito. Ayun. Pero, ito, isang beses niya lang tinamaan. So, ang tawag doon, hindi ko muna sasabihin. Okay. So, ito naman, dalawang beses. So, ito yung second line. Alright. So, our answer is line CD. Alright. Tama tayo, my dear math learners. Okay. So, now, let us go to question number 18. Ayun, question number 18. Ganun pa rin ang figure. Which line illustrates a tangent line? Ayan. So, the same choices pa rin. Okay. I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. Okay, math learners, paano nga ba sagutin ang question na ito? Of course, ang tinatanong na naman dito ay tangent line. Kanina, second line. So, ngayon, tangent line. So, kapag pinag-uusapan natin na line, of course, may dulo na puro arrow yun. So, mali na naman si C at si D. Okay, nakuha niyo yun. Now, itong CD kanina, napag-usapan na natin na ito ay second line. Of course. So, ito naman is the tangent line. Itong line AB. Now, question, Sir Ash, ano ba ang tangent line? So, tangent line is basically a line that touches the circle in exactly 1 point. Okay, and that point on where they touch with each other is what we call the point of tangency. Alright, may natutunan kayong bago sa akin. Okay, so our answer here is letter B. Ayun nga, my dear math learners, easy lang talaga. Right? Now, let's go to question number 19. Use the figure, ayun pa rin. Which angle is formed by a tangent and a second intersecting outside the circle? Ayun, ito yung tangent. Ito yung second. Okay. Is it A, angle ABC, B, angle IHK, or C, angle ABD, or D, none of the above? I will give you 5 seconds to answer. Okay, math learners, paano nga ba sagutin ito? Titingnan lang natin kung ano yung na-form. Okay, so this is our tangent line. This is our second line. So, anong na-form na angle? So, A, B, D, C. But, apat na yon, pero tatlo lang dito. Okay, but, in naming angles, tatlo lang ang kukunin natin. Okay, so, how do we get it? So, first is ito, bawat dulo tayo. Then, the vertex. So, the intersection of these two lines is B. So, B dapat ang gitna. So, ito, mali na to. Okay? So, mali na to. Ito, hindi ko alam. Try pa natin kung wala dito sa dalawa. So, B ang gitna. So, A ang dulo, C ang dulo. So, A, B, C. Ito yon, letter A. Alright, napakadali lang, my dear math. Let's try kung tama nga ba tayo. Ayun, tama nga, my dear math learners. Easy lang talaga. Okay, let us go to question number 20. Okay, halfway na tayo. Refer to the figure. Okay, ibang figure na naman. Given that the measurement of arc BG, ito yung BG. Saan mo BG dito? Ito, BG. Is 20 degrees. DE is twice as big. So, dalawang beses daw ito. Twice as big. Okay, so alam nyo na kung ano yung ibig sabihin twice as big. So, CG naman, CG, ito, is 18. And FE, ito, is 42. So, what is the measurement of angle DAE? DAE. Ayun. Ito lang. So, is it A, 10, B, 12, C, 22, or D, 62? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. Okay, math learners. Napakadali ng question na ito. Basically, hindi natin kailangang gamitin lahat, okay? Kasi, ang tinatanong dito is, what is DAE? Angle DAE. DAE. Ito lang na part, oh. Okay? Ito lang na part. So, ito dito, itong binigay na CG at saka FE, walang gamit ito. Okay? So, pangdagdag. Okay. Now, paano natin ito i-consider? So, ano ba ang rule sa pagkuha ng angle na nasa labas or that is formed outside the circle? So, of course, as we can see here, itong na angle, may dalawang intercepted arc na natamaan. Tama? Okay, so if that is the case, what we will do is we will subtract the bigger intercepted arc to the smaller intercepted arc, then divide it by 2. Okay? So, ito yung bigger, DE. Ano bang DE dito? DE is twice as big. Okay. So, pag sinabing twice as big, dalawang beses na mas malaki. So, 20 ito, tama. So, this will be very good, 40. So, that is 40 minus 20, that is 20. Then, 20 divided by 2, that is very good, 10. Alright, math learners, napakadali lang ng question na ito. Congratulations, my dear math learners. You are already finished or halfway of our reviewer series. So if you are liking this video, please naman paki-share ito sa mga fellow friends and classmates ninyo. Now, let us go to question number 21. Refer to the figure given. Okay? So, ganun pa rin ang binigay kasama ng question number 20 kanina. Okay? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. So, ang tinatanong ngayon is FAE. FAE. Okay. So, ito na naman kabilang angle na na-form. Okay. So, basically, kanina, itong DE at BG ang ginamit natin. So, ngayon, hindi na natin ito magagamit. Okay. So, what we will use is itong FE and GC or CG. Okay. Itong FE at CG. So, therefore, as what I've said, pag dalawang intercepted arc, tapos yung angle mo ay na-form outside of the circle, what you will do is you will subtract the intercepted arc with each other, the bigger minus the smaller. So if you subtract 42 minus 18 is 24, then you get half of it. So half ng 24, ano yun? Okay, very good. That is 12. Okay, so our correct answer here is 12. Ayan, easy lang talaga, right? My dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 22. Okay, question number 22. Refer to the figure given. Ganun pa rin. What is the measurement of FAD? FAD. Ito na. Okay, so let me show you this one. So is it 10, 12, 22, or 62? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. So let's check, my dear math learners. As you can see, ito na yung tinatanong. Ito ng buo. Okay. Kanina, question 20, ito lang. Tapos, question number 21, ito lang. Okay. So, kanina sa question 20, 10 ito. Sa question 21, ito 12. Ito ng buo, tinitingnan ngayon. Napakadali lang, my dear math learners. Okay. So, 10 plus 12 na tayo dyan. So, we have here 22. Okay. So, the correct answer is 22. Alright. Napakadali lang nito, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 23. Question 23. An arc of a circle measures 45 degrees. If the radius of the circle is 10 centimeters, what is the length of the arc? Okay. So, is it A, 8.25, B, 8.05 centimeters, C, 7.85 centimeters, or letter D, 7.35 centimeters? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, math learners, ang sabi dito ay, an arc of a circle measures 45 degrees. Okay. If the radius of the circle is 10 centimeters, what is the length of the arc? So, basically, my dear math learners, in getting the length of the arc, we should follow a formula. Okay. So, what is the formula if we are given? Okay. The formula is basically your radius multiply to the given theta, or that will be the given angle, then multiply it by pi over 180 degrees. Okay, so if that is the case, my dear math learners, if we check this one, that is 45 over 180, right? So, our R, that is 10, okay, multiply by 45, tapos pi over 180. So, ang lalabas dyan will become 45 pi over 180. So, itong 45 pi, if we simplify this one, that is 45 by 4. So, that will be 1/4. Okay, 1/4 yan siya. Tapos, may pi pa. So, 1/4 pi. So, pi na lang. Okay. Tapos, times 10 pa tayo dito. Tapos, times 10 tayo dito. Okay. So, we will have 10 times pi, then over. So, alam naman natin na ang pi is 3.14. Okay? So, kung ang 3.14, imo-multiply natin ngayon sa 10, okay, that will give us 31.4. And then, we divide it by 4. Of course, 31.4, kapag i-divide mo yan sa 4, basically, the answer would be 7. 7 times 4 is 28. We still have 34 here. Okay? Then, we have 8. Teka lang. 8. 8 times 4 is 32. Yan, may 2 ka pa dyan. dagdag ka ng 0. So, 20, that would be x. Kasi 20 divided by 4 is 5. Okay, so, 2 decimal places, nandyan. Okay, so we have 7.85 for that answer, my dear math learners. Ayan. So, napakadali lang ng question na ito kapag alam mo ang formula. Again, the formula is the radius multiplied by the given angle multiplied by pi over 1/8. Okay, so napakadali lang, my dear math learners. Easy lang talaga. Right? Now, let us go to question number 24. Marites jog in a circular field whose radius is 50 meters. What is the total distance does Marites jog? Marites pala. Marites. Okay. If she jogged 2 and 3/4 times around the field. Okay, is it A, 798, B, 835.2 meters, C, 850 meters, or D, 863.5 meters? I'll give you 5 seconds to finalize your answer. Okay, math learners, paano nga ba sagutin ito? Sabi dito, circular field. Okay, so 50 meters ang radius ng circular field. So, of course, inikot daw yon ni Marites ng 2 and 3/4 times. So, 2 and 3/4 times, if we could see this one, okay? 2 and 3/4 times, that is 2.75 kasi 3/4 is 0.75, okay? So, 2.75 times niyang inikot. Now, what we will do is we should get first the circumference of the field, okay? So, ano ba ang formula ng circumference kapag given ang radius? Of course, that is 2 pi r. Okay? So, r, that is 50. So, that will be 50 times 2. So, that is 100. So, 100 times 3.14. Yun yung pi natin. Okay? So, basically, that is 314 times 2.75. So yung 314 natin, ay, times natin yan sa 2.75. So, this will give us 20, 28, 30. Ito naman, 8. So, 111, then 5, 7, 2, then this one, 15, carry 1. Okay, so 3 times 7, 22, 21 plus 1, 22. Carry 1 na naman, carry 2 pala, sorry. So 3 times 2, 6, 7, 8. So that would be 8. So if we add them, 0, 5, then 7 plus 1, that is 8 plus 5, 13. Okay, 13 tayo dyan, carry 1. Okay, so 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 6, and then 8. Ayan. So we have ilang decimal, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 863.5. Meron ba sa choices? Ayun! Very good. Ang sagot natin ay letter D. Ayan, let's try. Ayan, tama nga tayo, my dear math learners. Okay, easy lang talaga. I hope you got that one. Of course, what we did is we converted 2 and 3/4 into a decimal. So that is 2.75. Then we get the circumference of the field. Okay. And then the answer for that, we multiply it to our 2.75 times. Alright. So napakadali lang, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 25. Okay, ito. The radius of circle T is 10 cm. Ito yun. Okay. The measurement is 90 degrees. Ito. Of PQ. Okay. PQ, 90 degrees ito. Okay. So, that is 1/2 of the circle. Okay. What is the area of the shaded region? Okay. Is it A, 28.5, B, 30.2, C, 33.5 square centimeters, or D, 38.7 square centimeters? Okay. I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this problem. Okay, math learners, para sa question na ito, ang gagawin lang natin is to consider what is the whole area of a circle. Okay? Kasi 1/4 lang ito eh. Okay, 1/4 lang ito. Tapos, ima-minus natin siya sa area ng triangle na yan. Okay, so let's try, my dear math learners. So, we have, what is the area for circle? Alam niyo ba? So, ano bang area ng circle? So, we have area is equal to pi r squared. Okay, pi r squared. So, our pi there is 3.14. Our r is 10. So, r squared, that would give us 100. Okay. So, if we multiply 3.14 to 100, that is 314. Madali na lang yun. Okay, kasi move ka lang dalawang decimal places. Okay. So, since this circle is 314, 1/4 lang ang pinag-uusapan natin dito. So, if that is the case, then we divide this by 4. Okay? Divide by 4 tayo dito. So, 31 divided by 4, that is 7. Okay? Tapos, meron pa siyang remainder na 3. Right? So, 34 na naman yun. So, that is 8. Parang pareho lang ito kanina. So, 8. Tapos, may decimal pa na 2. So, 78.5. Okay. So, 78.5 ang 1/4. Okay. However, Yung shaded region lang ng area ang pinag-uusapan. So, itong buong 1/4 na ito, that is 78.5 square centimeters. Pero shaded region lang. So, meron tayong triangle dito. So, remember in the triangle, the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Okay? So, base natin is 10. Height natin is this one. Now, remember that in a circle, the radius are the same. Okay? So, that would give us 1/2 times 10 times 10. So, that will be 1/2 of 100. And if that is the case, then this will become 50. So, ito siya na area is 50 lang ito. Okay? So, 78.5 minus 50, ayun, nakuha na natin ang sagot. So, hiram tayo ng isa dyan. That is 5. Bring 8 minus 0, that is 8. So, 7 minus 5, that is 2. So, we have 28.5. Meron ba sa choices? Ayun, my dear math learners, meron nga. And that is letter A. Ayan, tamang-tama ang sagot natin, my dear math learners. Okay, so napakadali lang. Yes, wow na wow talaga. Now, let us go to question number 26. Refer to the figure. Ayan. If FC, ito yon, is 5, FB is 8, FD, ito yon, is 10. What is FE? So, ito yung unknown. Okay, is it A4, B8, C13, or D14 units? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this problem. Okay, math learners, para sa katanungan na ito, napakadali lang. Kung ito daw, FC or FC is 5, ito naman 8, tapos ito 10, ano daw ito? Okay, so remember this, my dear math learners, that in a circle, when two chords intersect with each other, yung ano nila, the product of the two divided chords, ito na, yung itong nahati, the product nito, at saka itong nahati din dito, ay dapat pareho. Okay, so basically, what we will do is, we just multiply 5 times 8 and that is 40. So, 40. So, dito 10 tayo, di ba? So, dapat 40 din ang ka-times niya dito sa kabila. So, ano ang i-multiply kay 10 para maging 40 din? Okay, very, very easy. That is 4. Okay, let's try kung 4 ang sagot. Ayun, my dear math learners, napakadali lang ng question na ito.
Easy, right?
Yes, now let us go to question number 27. Refer to the given, okay, FC is 5, parang pareho lang yata. What is DE? Okay, iba na ang tinatanong. Okay, question number 27. Refer to the figure, so ganun pa rin. FC, FB, okay, 5 and 8. FD is 10. What is DE? Ito ng buo. Okay, so is it A4, B8, C13, or D14? 5 seconds to answer. Napakadali ng question na ito. Okay, my dear math learners, this is how you solve. Kanina na-solve na natin na ang sagot dito ay 4, tama? So, 4 and 10. So, buo, DE. Alam na natin, that is 14. Ayan. Easy lang talaga, right? My dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 28. Which of the following describes the region bounded by an arc and the segment joining its endpoint? Is it A, sector of a circle, B, segment of a circle, C, secant segment, or D, tangent segment? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this problem. Okay, my dear math learners, napakadali lang ng question na ito because itong tangent segment, it means that it is the segment of the tangent line. Okay, so mali yan. Ito naman second segment, it is a segment on the second line. Alright, so saan dito ang sagot? Sector of a circle or segment of a circle? Okay, now, the sector of the circle, my dear math learners, is basically if an angle is formed and that bounded region, that is the sector of the circle. Okay. While the segment of the circle is basically also a bounded region, but it is formed by the arc and, very good, it is by the chord itself. Alright, my dear math learners, so that is the segment of a circle. Ayun, easy lang talaga ang question
right?
ito. Now, let us go to question number 29. Which of the following represents the midpoint formula? Is it A? Okay. B, ito yon. C, ito. Or D, ito yon. Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. Okay, my dear math learners, of course, napakadali ng question na ito kasi midpoint ang tinatanong. Therefore, mali talaga ang C at D kasi D ito, hindi M. Okay. Kasi ang D means distance. Alright. So, we have here 2. Saan ba ang tamang formula ng midpoint? Now, when we are getting midpoint, we are adding the x values, then dividing by 2. Okay, so the correct answer is letter A. Ayun, easy lang talaga, my
Easy,
dear
right?
math learners. Now, let us go to question number 30. Which of the following represents the distance formula? O, ito, distance formula naman tinatanong. Okay? Pareho lang kanina yata ang choices. Ayun, pareho lang sila. I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. Okay, math learners. So, of course, dahil distance na ang tinatanong ngayon, so therefore, mali ang M natin kasi midpoint ito. Okay? Now, saan dito ang distance? Alright. Now, the distance formula is basically like a Pythagorean theorem. Okay, ganun. So, in the Pythagorean theorem, it says there that C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. Okay, so, therefore, that A and B there represents the difference of the X and Y values. Okay, so, X and Y values. Okay, so, ito yon, letter C. Okay, my dear math learners, I hope you got that one. Now, let us go to the next part of our series. Congratulations dahil natapos mo na ang third part ng ating reviewer series. Now, let us go to the last part, my dear math learners. Question number 31. If A is the midpoint of B and D, what is the coordinate of A if B is negative 3, 8, and D is 11, negative 12? Okay, is it A, negative 4, 2, B, 4 and negative 2, C, 4, 2, or D, negative 4 and 2? Negative 2. Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, math learners, sa pagsagot ng question nito, of course, kailangan natin ng formula. And if you can remember the formula for M, the midpoint, what we will do is, we will add. Okay, we will add the X value. So, this is X, Y, X, Y. Okay, so we will add the X values. So, that will 11 plus negative 3. Okay, dito ako nagsimula ha. Okay, over 2. And then yung Y values naman, i-add din natin. So, that is negative 12 minus 8, plus 8 pala, over 2. Okay, so we have here 11 plus negative 3. What is the answer for that? That is 8 over 2. So basically, that is 4. Ayan. Ito naman, negative 12 plus 8. That is negative 4 divided by 2. So the answer for that is negative 2. So meron ba sa choices natin to? Ayun, meron nga. So that is letter B, my dear math learners. Napakadali lang ng question na ito. Ayun. Alright, so A, C, and D are the wrong answers. Wow. Okay. Now let us go to question number 32. Point O is the midpoint of GD. Which of the following, mali ang spelling, is not true about the distances among G, O, and D? Okay, GD is equal, line segment GD is equal to DG. B, line segment GO is equal to OD. C, line segment GD is equal to OD, line segment OD, or D, line segment OD is equal to line segment DO. Okay, 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, math learners, napakadali lang ng question na ito kasi ang gagawin lang natin is to observe. So remember this, my dear math learners, that the concept of line segment is that when you name AB, line segment AB and line segment BA, they are just the same. Okay? So, of course, in line with that, GD and DG, they are the same. So, hindi ito not true. This is true. Okay. Ito naman, OD and DO. This is not true. This is true. Okay. Kasi not true yung tinitingnan natin o hinahanap natin. Okay. So, ito naman, GO and OD. Ito, GD and OD. Okay. So, if we consider our line, okay? So, kapag magla-line tayo dyan, my dear math learners. So, if this is a line, okay? Sensyahan nyo na lang. Okay. So, if this is G, this is D. So, nandito daw sa gitna ang O. So, GO is equal to OD. Ayun, tama ito. Pero not true yung hinahanap natin. Okay, so nasagot na natin ang ating problem. Alright. So, the correct answer for this problem is letter C. Ayan. So, mali yan. So, easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. I hope you got it right. Now, question number 33. A map drawn on a grid where 1 unit is equivalent to 1 kilometer. Okay. On the same map, the coordinates of the point corresponding to Kalinan proper is 5, negative 9, while Barangay Dakudao is 13, negative 3. How far is Kalinan proper from? Okay, how far tinatanong? Is it A, 8 kilometers, B, 9 kilometers, C, 10 kilometers, or D, 11 kilometers? 5 seconds to answer. Okay, my dear math learners, dahil ang tinatanong dito ay how far. So meaning we are talking about distance. Okay, kapag ang distance, alam naman natin ang formula for distance is ito yon. Okay, so x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1. Okay, so basically yung pangalawang y at pangalawang yun, ganun, pangalawang. Okay, so if this x, y, x, y. So kayo na bahala kung saan ang uunahin ninyo, pero ako mahilig akong mag-una sa malaki na number. So, if we have ito, 13 ito. Okay, so 13, ima-minus ko kay 5. Okay, so that will be 13 minus 5 squared plus. Ito naman, negative 3. Dahil dito ako nagsimula, dito din ako magsisimula para sa aking y. So, negative 3 minus negative 9. Okay, so as you can see, bakit dalawang minus na? Kasi minus, ito yung operation. Ito naman, negative 9, which is the given. Okay, may tapos squared tayo dyan. Alright, so if we simplify this one, so 13 minus 5, that would give me 8 squared plus. So ito naman, magiging plus ito. So negative 13 plus 9, that would give me positive 6. Yan, squared. So, if I simplify this one, this will become 64 plus 36. And if that is the case, this will become 100. And the square root of 100 is 10. So, that is 10 unit. And each unit is 1 kilometer. So, magiging 10 kilometers ang sagot. Letter C. Let's try kung tama tayo. Ayun, my dear math learners. Tamang-tama nga talaga. Easy, right? Alright. So, I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 34. The distance between 2 points on a grid is 15 units, okay? If one point has a coordinate of negative 2, 10, and the other point has a y coordinate of negative 2, what is the x coordinate of the second point? Is it A, 11, B, 9, C, 7, or D, negative 7? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, my dear math learners, para sa katanong ito, kailangan nating mag-solve. Okay, so wala tayong choice. So, we are talking about distance. So, we are solving for the distance formula. So, if you can remember the distance formula, that is x squared minus x1, x sub 1 squared, okay? X sub 2, sorry, minus x sub 1 squared, plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. Okay, either way, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. Alright, so sabi dito, ang distance daw ay 15. Okay, so 15 tayo dito sa labas. Yan. And then, one of the points is negative 2. Ito naman, y coordinate itong given, di ba? So, nawawala yung isang x. Okay, so kung dito ako magsisimula, kasi ito yung kompleto. Okay, so that will become negative 2 minus x squared. Okay. And then plus 10 minus yung pangalawa, negative 2 daw. Ayan, squared. Okay. So if I solve this, so basically, this will become negative 2 minus x squared kasi hindi ko masasubtract yan. Ito naman, magiging 12 ito. Okay, positive 12 squared. Okay. So if that would be the case, para ma-eliminate ko ang square root symbol na yan, I will have to square both sides. Okay? Isa-square ko both sides. So, pag square ko both sides, itong 15 magiging 225 na yan. Okay? Ito naman, maiiwan pa rin sa parenthesis negative 2 minus x pa rin yan. Tapos, naka-squared pa yan dyan. Okay? And then, plus 144. Okay, 144. Now, itong 144 ngayon, ililipat ko sa kabila. So, that would give me subtraction. So, 225 minus 144. So, that is 1. Hiram dito ng isa. So, that will become 8. Okay, so wala na. So, that will become 81 is equal to negative 2 minus x squared. Okay. Ay, so, wala na tong square dito pala. Okay. So, my dear math learners, as you can see, kapag nandito ka na sa part na ito, we are trying to find two values of x. Kasi x squared na yan. Tama. If we could try to expound this one. Now, but, in order for you not to have a hard time, pwede mong i-trial and error itong natitirang choices. So, you have 11, 9, 7, and negative 7. So, if you try positive 11 here, so that is negative 2 minus 11, right? So, negative 2 minus 11, magiging positive yun, then negative 13 squared, hindi 81 ang lalabas. Okay, so mali na ang letter A. Okay, how about 9? Negative 2 minus 9, magiging negative 11 yun. Okay, so negative 11 squared, that is 121. Okay, mali din ang 9. Alright, now how about positive 7? Negative 2 minus 7, that will give you negative 9. So, negative 9 squared, that is 81. So, letter C is the correct answer, my dear math learners. Now, how about negative 7? So, magiging negative 7, this will become positive 5 squared natin, that is 25. So, mali din. Okay. So, basically, my dear math learners, nasagot natin ang question na ito without going deeper in the use of the quadratic equation. Ayan. So, napakadali lang, my dear math learners. Kung medyo nahirapan kayo, pwede nyo balikan ang part na yun para at least mas maintindihan nyo talaga. Now, let us go to question number 35. Which of the following is the equation of the circle with the center at the origin and a radius of r units? Okay, so napakadali lang nito. A, x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. B, the quantity x minus h squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. C, x squared plus y minus k squared, the quantity y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Or letter D, the quantity x minus h squared plus the quantity y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Your 5 seconds starts now. Okay, my dear math learners, napakadali lang ng question na ito kasi ang keyword mo dyan is the origin. When you have an origin, it means that your h and k, in which this is the center of your circle or the coordinates of the center of your circle, is 0, 0. Kasi origin yun eh. Kung kapag 0, 0 yan, kapag 0, 0 ito, you don't need to write h and k anymore. Instead, you have, very good, letter A. Ayan. So, B, C, at D ay mali. Okay, B, D, C. Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 36. Which of the following is the center of a circle whose equation is the quantity x minus 2 squared plus the quantity y plus 7 squared is equal to 25? Is it A, 2, negative 7, B, 2, 7, C, negative 2 and 7, or D, negative 2 and negative 7? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this problem. Okay, my dear math learners, para sa katanungan na ito, napakadali lang. Bakit? Because when we are talking about the formula for the equation of the circle, that is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Okay, kapag tinatanong ang h and k mo, so as you can see in the formula, negative yan. So, para makuha mo ang h mo, kailan kunin mo lang ang opposite nito. So, that will become positive 2. Ito naman, minus k din ito. So, kunin mo lang din ang opposite niyan, right? So, since here, positive 7 yan siya, so the opposite of positive 7 is negative 7. Okay, so 2, negative 7 ang tamang sagot. Ayun, letter A. Let us try, my dear math learners, whether we are correct. Ayan. Okay. Easy lang talaga, right? My dear math learners. Now, let us go to the next question. Question number 37. What is the equation of the circle whose diameter is 8 units and whose center is at negative 5, negative 1? Okay, is it this one? B, is it this one? C, is it this one? Or letter D, is it this one? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this problem. Okay, let's check, my dear matters. I'll give you a tip. Okay, so sabi dito diameter. Now, if you can remember yung sinulat ko kanina sa equation of the circle, it depends on the radius. Okay, so the diameter and the radius, the relationship of them is that 1 diameter is equal to 2 radius and 1 radius is equal to 1/2 the diameter. So in order for us to know the measurement of our radius, since diameter ang given, iha-half lang natin. So that is 4. Now, sa formula r squared tayo, tama? So 4 squared tayo, that is 16. So, mali na ang A at B natin. Okay, napakadali lang. Wow! Okay, now let us go to our given center. So, opposite lang tayo. Okay, so since this is negative 5, this is negative 1. Therefore, in our equation, that will be plus 5 and plus 1. Ayun, so this is letter D. Alright, tamang-tama lang, my dear math learners. Right? Easy na talaga. Question number 38. Which of the following is the equation of the circle illustrated? Ayan. So, ito yung given. Ayan. So, merong R is equal to 5. Reduce daw yan. So, we have this one. B, ito yon. C, ito yon. Or D, ito yon. I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. Okay, my dear math learners, as you can see, we have here 5 radius. Sa formula natin na equation of the circle, that is r squared ang dulo, right? So, we will multiply this by itself. So, 5 times 5, 25. So, ito na yon ang pwede natin pagpiliin. Mali na ang A at D. Ayan. So, saan dito sa dalawa ang tamang sagot? Now, what is the coordinate of this one? Okay, so if we check this one, okay, pwede mong makita yan, right? We have negative, ayan, 1. Ito yung origin. So, Positive 2, negative 2. Okay, positive 2, negative 2 tayo doon, my dear math learner. Okay? So, positive 2, negative 2. So, of course, if positive 2, negative 2, in our equation, that will become negative 2, positive 2. Okay. Kabaliktaran na. Ayun. So, that is letter B. Ayan. Tama nga tayo, my dear math learners. Okay. So, now, let us go to the next question. Okay, question 39. We have, which of the following best describes the graph? Ito yung graph. Alright. Is it A, the center of the circle is at the origin? B, the equation of the circle is quantity. Ito yung formula ng ano. Then, the equation of the circle is x squared plus y squared is equal to 16. Or D, number 4, the radius is 4 units. Okay. Is it A, 1 only? B, 1, 2, and 4? C, 1, 3, and 4? Or D, all of the above. Okay, so let's check first. 5 seconds to answer. Okay, my dear math learners, paano nga ba sagutin ang question ito? Dahil sa origin ito, okay? Of course, yung number 1, origin yung center ha. Yung number 1, tama ang statement. Okay. Then, yung number 2 naman, mali na ito. Kasi hindi na kailangan si H at K kasi origin na tayo. So, yung may 2 dito, mali na yun. Itong all of the above, o yan, mali na yan. Itong 2 naman, ito letter B, mali na din yan. Okay, kasi may 2. So, meron na tayong 1, ito. Okay, ito naman number 3. The equation, x squared, okay, tama ito kasi, but 16. Ito, ilang units ba ito? 1, ayan, 4. 4 units ito. Kasi, tingnan natin, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lang yan. So, of course, kahit saan patatakbo si radius, 4 units talaga yan. So, tama ang 4, tama din ang 3. So, the correct answer is letter C. Ayan. Easy lang talaga,
Easy,
my
right?
dear math learners. Now, let us go to the last question of our reviewer series. Suppose COVID vaccination hub is located at -5.3, which serves as the center that will cater the residents within 15 kilometers radius. If you are residing at 25, -10, can you avail the said vaccine? Okay, is it A, no, B, yes, C, maybe, or D, cannot be determined? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, my dear math learners, ang tanong na ito is basically an application of the distance formula. Okay, so if this is the case, yan. So ito daw yung hub. So let's say ito, ang lugar nito is -5.3. Yan. Then ang radius niya na kaya ibigay is 15 kilometer radius. So if that is the case, the circle could be like this. Yan. Pasensya na kayo sa circle ko. Ang tanong, ito bang 25, ayan, ito bang 25, -10, pasok ba ito dito sa loob? Okay, paano mo malalaman yan siya, my dear math learners? Okay, erase muna natin ang drawing. Okay, so we can use basically the rule of the distance formula. Okay, so we can have D is equal to the square root of. Okay, so if you can remember the formula for the square root, so we can start here. Ito malaki. So we have 25 minus -5 squared plus -10 minus 3 squared. Ayan. Kapag ito ay mas malaki o sobra pa sa 15, ibig sabihin hindi na siya abot ng kanilang vaccination. Okay? So, 25 minus 5, that is 25 plus 5 na. So, that is 30. So, 30 squared. So, 30 squared ka na dito. Okay. Then plus -10 minus 3. So -10 minus plus negative. So magiging 113 yan. Then 13 squared. That is, ilan na yun? 169 yata. Yan. So this is 900 plus 169. Yan. Now, as you can see, itong 15, pag squared mo to, this will be 225. Wala na. Sobra na masyado. Okay. So ang sagot dito ay no. Ayan. Hindi ko na kailangan pa itapusin pa ito. Okay, my dear math learners? So, I hope that is very clear to you. Let's try kung no ba nga ba ang tamang sagot. Ayun, no nga talaga, my dear math learners. Woo! And very, very thankful at natapos din tayo sa ating reviewer series, my dear math learners. As you can see, you are ready for the exam. Good luck sa inyo, and hopefully on the next videos that we will be have, you will still support our channel. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe naman. And if you are old to the channel, paki-share naman po para matulungan tayo. This is still your free access YouTube educator, Math Teacher Ash. And always remember, it is fun to learn mathematics if we are together learning. Thank you so much. God bless and keep safe always.